Hey guys, this is Danielle with Dr. Marketing Tips, and in this webinar I want to show you how to create awesome social graphics for the holiday season, and we're going to be using one of our favorite tools, Canva. The awesome thing about Canva is that it has all these amazing layouts that are pre-done that kind of make your job a little bit easier. It's super user-friendly. It's a drag and drop type system that I think makes everybody look like they're a Photoshop pro, when in fact we're just using this great tool in Canva. So the first thing I like to do is find a really good stock image, and we love free. So one of my favorite sites for free stock images is Pexels. So I was just searching for some holiday themed images, and so let's get started. So I'll just save this festive image to my desktop, and Canva makes it really easy. On the left you'll see uploads, and so I'm just going to upload that photo right there. I usually like to start with a big stock image kind of as my background. And then it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the layout. So I go to grids. These are basically frames for the images, and this will fill the entire section. What I should have mentioned, the first step I did was Canva has all these great already sized images as well. So what we're working in now is right here. It's a Facebook post, so it's pre-sized specifically for Facebook images. So now that I have my frame set for my graphic, I'm going to grab that awesome holiday image and pop it right in there, and it fits perfectly to size. An important thing to note is for all of your social graphics is being consistent when it comes to the fonts and colors that you use. So right over here, Canva has text. So I'm going to put in the text for Happy Holidays. And for our Dr. Marketing Tips social images, we always use this Illyrin Regular. That is our go-to font for our social images. So I'll make sure this one has it as well. Here you can change the color of the font. So I'm going to go to white, see if that makes it a little bit easier to read. Here is where you change the size of the font. And here you can change the justification of the font. It's usually go towards the left. Now as you can see, it's still kind of, or definitely hard to read the text. So what I like to do is go over here to the Elements section, and that's where we grabbed the frame, and in this section you can also grab different shapes. So I like this nice rounded square, and you can resize it. So I'm going to resize it over here in the corner. Like I just mentioned, it's important to have consistent fonts and colors. So one of my favorite tools is right up here. It's a Google Chrome plugin. It's a color dropper picker, and so you can get the exact color that you need. So instead of a black box, I'm going to choose one of our IMG colors. So I'm going to use this nice little dropper and get our perfect green, and then I'll just go back to my design, and now that I have the box selected, I just choose right here, click add a new color, and then I just paste in that color that I just copied. So now we have our IMG green. So now you can see the box is obviously over the text. So right over here in Arrange, we just go to Send it back, and it sends it back. I usually like to play around with how the image in the background is aligned right now. Obviously you can see the hands are perfectly centered, but sometimes it's fun to move it to the side so you can play around with where you want your text. And to do that, I double-clicked on the image, and it lets me move the photo around inside that frame. So I'm just going to move it all the way to the left, and then try with our text over here. And the great thing about Canva, like I said, it's very user-friendly, so the more you play around with it, the more tricks you'll learn and get comfortable with. So I just left justified the text because there's a little bit more room over here. And this is one thing that it took me forever to learn in Canva, but now I can share my insights with you. See how there's a big space between the letters or the two words? So if you go here to spacing, oh, of course it's in a covered up one. I'm going to try to show it to you. I'll move it down. If you go to spacing, you can make the text tighter or farther away from each other. So just make it a little bit tighter. And then also increase the font size. So move it all the way over. Okay. And then, you can just play around with your shape in the background for how you want it. Another thing, this green is obviously very jarring on this holiday image. So another thing I like to do right here is a transparency. And that just makes the shape a little see-through, and so it doesn't stand out as much over the image. Well, that might be too much. But it's something you can play around with, kind of see what looks best. And then last thing is just sticking your logo on there. Sometimes I use the full logo. Sometimes I like to crop it down depending on the design. So I'll crop it just to our icon. And so I have the crop tool right up here and just move it down into the corner. Sometimes I also like to change our logo to white depending on how the design is coming together. So to do that, there's this nice filter tool up here, and I'll go to black and white or grayscale, and then I go to the advanced options and just put the brightness all the way up and the contrast all the way up, and then now the logo's white. So there you go. There's a very simple holiday social graphic that you can use on your Facebook or Twitter channels as well.